tonight. Anthony Davis leads the NBA MVP race. LeBron returns to Cleveland tonight as the Lakers have won 8 of their last 10. Key, I'll start with you, your hometown team. How encouraged are you by LA right now?
I'm a little encouraged. I think, it started off kind of bumpy, and then all of a sudden AD's gotten in the mix. He's turned things around. LeBron was out for a little bit, and AD started to play better. He started buying into playing the 5 some, and it seems like that they're now on the same page with Darvin Ham for the most part. You got Brook coming off the bench. He's not having any major issues. So I'm encouraged by it. Although they got a tough one tonight in Cleveland, that's going to be a tough one. And if they get this one, you got to get even more encouraged.
Yeah.
Let me say this to you. First of all, to Magic Johnson, where the hell you been, man? I mean, you Irvin Magic Johnson. I mean, we ain't supposed to just be hearing tweets from you about the game of basketball. You are Irvin Magic Johnson, the greatest point guard in the history of the sport. We need to see you back on TV talking some basketball. So the invite to First Take is here. That's number one. Number two, he's right about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis looks spectacular.
Yes.
He looks unstoppable. He looks like a top 5 player on the planet, which we all knew he could be. I said it last year. I had him top 5 if he's healthy, top 7 easily. And people were getting at me. My issue was the questionable durability. And it's still a question mark because you still wait for him to get hurt. Every game you still wait for him to get hurt.
Come on, man.
You don't wish it. Of course, we love Anthony.
No, I know
he's a good
that.
dude, too. But you're just saying, he's just everything. It's just, you worry about it. But I got to take a moment to give a few people props. Anthony Davis is one thing. That's a given. LeBron James, spectacular, 26-8, doing what he's doing, given. This kid, Lonnie Walker, the fourth, is averaging 16 points, shoot 39% from three-point range. I mean, he's balling for them. I give him credit where credit's due. And I can't say enough about Russell Westbrook since he's come off the bench.
Yeah, just fall in line.
I'm like, yo, we got to take a moment to give Russell Westbrook some major
But it's all about
props.
communication, though.
I agree. It's more about the communication. And listen, I'm knocking Frank Vogel in any way, but Darvin Ham clearly is communicating with him better than whatever kind of communication he had with Frank Vogel. That's right, and AD. Darvin Ham, and I'm a Phil Handy fan as well. Everywhere he goes, teams win championships. So this man is an assistant coach of somebody whose name needs to be mentioned. But I'm here to tell you this. Darvin Ham's doing a hell of a job thus far right now. I still say they can't shoot, which is a problem. They had one shooter, one bona fide sniper. The Los Angeles Lakers would be a problem for a lot of teams in the NBA. And we're going to see over the next 3 games, Cleveland, Toronto, and Philly, all on the road.
Yep.
We're going to see what they do over the next 3 games. But Anthony Davis is clearly a league MVP candidate, has returned to all-star form. LeBron James is still that dude. And Russell Westbrook coming off the bench with his activity, his energy, his aggression, tacking the basket, averaging over 7 assists off the bench. I can't say enough about the job that Russell Westbrook has been doing since he's been coming off the bench. We need to give him props.
Didn't you say Tatum last week?
I got Tatum. Don't get me wrong. Anthony Davis is a leading candidate for league MVP honors. But number 1 on my list would be Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum has established himself as a superstar in this league. And the Boston Celtics, I started the season talking about Golden State and Brooklyn because that was my wish list. But now that they've played a few games and we've watched them, the Boston Celtics are clearly the team to beat in the National Basketball Association. They are number 1, and everybody got to look out for them. Tatum is playing like a dude that said, yo, y'all, I know I messed up in the NBA Finals. I wasn't myself. I got to make amends for that. That's how he playing. And Jaylen Brown is that dude, too. We know that.
Yeah.
Good Brogdon.
Brogdon,
good pickup.
I don't know.
Missoula's doing a hell of a job.
But
coaching.
they look like they headed in that way.
Yes.
Who would you take out of the West right now? Would it Golden State and
Golden State still roller coaster ride. I don't know, in Memphis.
Conference Player of the Week honors. He also is the 3rd Laker in franchise history to have back-to-back games with 40 points and 10 rebounds. And he's now gone 9 straight with 25 points and 10 boards. That's tied for 5th longest such streak in Laker history. Just another day in the office for AD.
Whenever he's healthy, feeling great about his body, you see those types of performances. And so it's been fun to watch, fun to be a part of, great for our ball club. And the guys really being inspired by his performances and really wanting to see him thrive and excel at that level. That we all know, we all kind of have an ideal of what he's gone through the last couple of years, battling through all of those injuries and being out, being on, being out, being on the floor. Like, so for him to come out like he's come out this season and sustain it and just get better and better and better, deeper in rhythm, it's been a joy to watch. And he deserves it, man. That kid really, really cares. He's genuine. I love being around him every day. And he's been a pleasure, just a huge pleasure to coach.
He's been unbelievable, man, on both sides of the floor. I mean, playing like an MVP of this league, just straight dominance. He just hit a switch where he knows how dominant he can be, night in, night out. He got every aspect of his game working right now, from the paint to the mid-range to the threes, free throws, jump hooks, everything. He has everything working for him right now.
Seeing the ball go in always helps with rhythm, and just being confident in my shots, from the line, from the three. No matter what it is, I'm always confident in every shot that I take. And like I say, it's the rest of the guys that put me in a position to be successful. Just being locked in, staying with a mindset of being aggressive, not taking the game off, and coming out with a mindset of dominating, whatever I got to do to help the team win, whether that's scoring, rebounding, blocking shots, whatever it is, I try to do my part.
I like this, so I'm going to say it. Davis in the District. It's got a nice tune to it. That was Sunday versus the Wizards. And here's the scoring by quarter. 10 in the first. What did they have in the second? The second he had 14, sorry. And then he had 17 in the third. And then he had 14 in the fourth. I've done this so many times, it's almost comical that I messed it up right there, guys, because I've said that many times. I was looking at the 7 in terms of minutes. So right there, that adds up to what, BT?
A lot.
A lot.
55, a double nickel.
Incredible performance.
I love that.
He was named Player of the Week in the Western Conference. Brez, will start with you. Is this the best stretch you've seen from AD in a Laker uniform?
Yeah, I think it is. Earlier in the day I was thinking about this. I actually looked up what playoff series stands out for you with AD? Denver. You got to look at that. That's why I looked up. The West Finals from 2020, he averaged 31 points, but only 6 rebounds and about half a blocked shot per game. Those numbers pale in comparison to what he's doing now, especially defensively. So, yeah, I really do think that this is the best stretch of AD we've ever seen. You don't want it to stop. As LeBron said, he is doing everything. He's getting his jump hooks, his mid-range, his three-point shooting. LeBron even mentioned his free throws, a problem spot for AD last year. That is no longer the case. BT, the guy, looks good, doing just about everything, even like layup lines probably these days right now.
Either Bezahan is right.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Threw you a little bit.
So surprised.
He did. And he's efficient.
Yeah.
What's he shooting? Almost 70% from the field at times.
Crazy.
That is crazy. And he has been a dominant force, and they're getting him the ball in the fourth quarter now.
Yep.
Late in the game last night, the score got a little tricky there. Got down to 11 points to lead. And who did they go to right away? AD. AD delivered again.
Whenever the Wizards were trying to make that comeback, it was AD that kind of quieted the crowd. Well, it was actually a pro-Laker crowd, so they got excited. It sounded like a Laker home game.
It did.
Brez has kind of had to answer this a lot, so I'm going to go to you first with this one, and we talked about it on the Lake Show podcast. If you had to pinpoint something, right, there's health and the rhythm and locked in, and they're going through him, all those things, right? We even joked around saying Aaron Rodgers paid him a visit. If you had to pinpoint something, BT, in terms of just what the biggest difference you see, what would it be?
Man, I'm going to say not demanding the ball more, but making sure he does get the ball more. And really just being more aggressive. Not always looking to LeBron, not always looking to Russ, but grab the rebound, take it down court, and create for himself and others. Because he's looking to be a scorer more than he is just a pass ball on the outlet. I think the idea that he knows, as Darvin always says, for the Lakers to win, to have a chance at winning games, he has to be the best player on the court, and he's been that.
Yeah, and Brez, you know what? You listen, you like to play sports. You run, play volleyball. When you're hurt or you're not feeling great, it is tough. You're not yourself. That is one thing that is crystal clear. He feels good.
It's kind of
because he's free.
Yeah.
His mindset, you can tell he's not thinking about anything. playing basketball.
There's no doubt that health is a big, big deal for him. Look, when he talked to us in the media earlier in the year, before the games even started, he said the one thing he wants to do is play all 82 games. Okay, so that's not going to happen, but still, the way he's playing these games, he is right up there with the best.
I agree with you.
For MVP candidates. So health, absolutely, it was in the forefront of his mind coming into the season. And BT, he has looked pretty damn healthy to me. Other than the first couple weeks, he had the back injury, the stiff back, or whatever they were phrasing it. He's fine now, though.
By the way, nice little teaser later in the show. You two are giving me your top 5 MVP candidates right now.
Thinking ahead.
For the first quarter of the season. When you look at AD's last 10 games, and it's actually fun to